Thompson and Chris Paul. 60 minutes before every game, we get you ready for tip. It's Warriors Live, and it starts now.
And we start with the news of the day. Steph Curry is back. That is according to Steve Kerr, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, a little less than half hour ago, reported before they take on the Los Angeles Lakers at 5:30 that number 30 is expected to play. He has returned. Draymond Green is back for Golden State, and the Warriors are at full strength as they get set for a matchup in Los Angeles, a place they have not won since October 19th, 2021. Crypto.com Arena, 5:30 tip, all right here on 95.7 The Game. My name is Evan Giddings. Appreciate you tuning in, whether it's on your Odyssey app, whether you're on YouTube and Twitch, powered by First NorCal Credit Union, where you're cranking the radio dial. We appreciate you. The Warriors are 34-31. Lakers are 36-31 right now, 9-10 in the West. And this is Warriors Live, presented by Xfinity, the Xfinity 10G network made for streaming live sports. Game 66 set up for the Warriors. 17 left, including tonight. And the Warriors right now stand 3 games above 500. And over the course of the time they missed Steph, things did not go too well. Lost the game in Chicago when she went down with the ankle injury. Did not close the game against the Bulls as they may have liked. Lost in that game. Fell to San Antonio without Victor Wembanyama before bouncing back and beating the Spurs. And then finally on Wednesday losing to the Dallas Mavericks. So a little bit of rest, a little bit of time to lick their wounds and get themselves set for what is a potentially important game in regards to the play-in tournament. Now, that's obviously not where all Warriors fans nor the Warriors themselves would like to be at this point in the season, which is the 10th seed staring up at the 9, the 8, and the 7. But if you are going to give yourself a chance to win 1, if not 2 elimination games, this can kind of be pivotal. You only have one more meeting left against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Warriors have split the first 2 right now with LA. So win tonight in LA, followed by a potential victory later on April 9th, their final and 4th meeting, could give the Warriors the upper hand in hosting that first elimination game. And that's kind of where we're at this point in the season. Earlier today on Warriors This Week, alongside Whitley Sandretta, we were talking around what the goals are, what the expectations are for the final 17 games of the season. It could be results, it could be development, it could be the veterans' place on this team in the future. To me, it's all-encompassing, but it all starts with the man who returns to the floor tonight in Stephen Curry. Recently turned 36 years old after turning his ankle about a week and a half ago. We're happy to have him back and happy to see how he matches up against what appears to be a relatively full-strength Lakers unit as well. So Stephen Curry returning, Steve Kerr letting us know that before the game. Also Draymond Green, who missed the game on Wednesday with lower back soreness. He's expected to be playing against the Los Angeles Lakers. And right now the Warriors at 65 games in, essentially, or I should say 64 games in. No, sorry, 65. But they were actually at this point in kind of a similar place last year, where they fell to 34-31 in game 65 after losing to the Lakers. So at this point of the season, you're hoping it's not a similar setback. They kind of wrote the wrong out of the All-Star break against the Lakers this year as opposed to last year, where the last meeting they had at Chase Center, the Warriors blew them out by 18, but LeBron James did not play in that game, admittedly. And the Warriors were also coming off a break, but they're coming off a stretch in which they're playing great basketball. Right now, the Warriors are trying to get back to that point. And I think it's something that can return to them relatively quickly. And I think the last 4 games have left sort of a sour taste in the mouth of most fans. And it's really because of the standings. It's not necessarily because of how they looked and how they played. Like, this team without Stephen Curry, quite frankly, is nothing. I mean, this team without Steph is not going anywhere. It has not gone anywhere, and it will not go anywhere without Curry playing at the level that he is in relation to the rest of the talent that's on this roster, especially if you're playing playoff teams like Dallas. Even tonight, if Curry had missed this game against the Lakers, I think he would have been largely a wash because Los Angeles would probably take it to Golden State. But now that they got the chef back, now that they got Draymond Green back, we can see the Warriors once again as whole. And that, to me, is extremely important over the final, less than 30 days, but essentially the final month in which you play 17 games, a pretty condensed schedule, a road-heavy schedule with a 5-game roadie coming up at the tail end of March, leading to the very beginning of April. All of this is in front of Golden State, but here tonight against Los Angeles, I think we're looking at a 9-10 preview. And in regards to what is on the line tonight, I mean, they do face Los Angeles one more time. Again, that'll be on Tuesday on April 9th, the final meeting against the Lakers. But I think what is essentially on the line tonight is whoever gets home court advantage in the first game of the play-in tournament. I mean, that's kind of where the Warriors are looking at to me. Unless Dallas or Sacramento falls off a cliff, I think the Lakers and the Warriors are going to be sitting as the 9 seed and the 10 seed. And that's a kind of a daunting future to think about. But that's the reality of the situation and the reality due to where the Warriors have been for this season, which is consistently inconsistent. And so while they still have games left and they still have time to kind of figure out, I think, who they want to be, and I think they do have an identity right now as their whole, but the question is, will they return to the form in which they saw them, rattle off? I think it was 13 wins in 17 games towards the tail end of January into the beginning of February and beyond until Curry got hurt? Or are they going to be a team that has developed a few bad habits, that has maybe leaned a little bit too much on elderly players, on aging core players? Or are those guys going to slide right back into their slots, and are they going to be productive in the way that we hope that they can be? Right now, Curry, along with Podziemski, Wiggins, Kuminga, Draymond, that's probably going to be the starting 5. Next 2 off the bench, Klay Thompson, Chris Paul. Beyond that, Trace Jackson, Dan James is probably going to be playing. Looks like Anthony Davis is probably